In 1995, perhaps not unlike today, there was a widespread feeling that violations of the Geneva Conventions, the treaties that protect people in armed conflict, were being trampled, disregarded, and that more needed to be done to encourage states and parties to conflicts to abide by them. That year, the Geneva Conventions were still not universally ratified, nor were there additional protocols, and indeed many other weapons treaties. So a first realization was that more needed to be done to universalize adherence to the Geneva Conventions and their protocols and other humanitarian law treaties. And a second was that often these international obligations were not translated into legislation, into policies, into military orders and military training at the domestic level, leading to gaps in these national systems and in turn also leading to violations. Therefore, during the 26th International Conference of the Red Cross and Red Crescent, states tasked the International Committee of the Red Cross with setting up a specific service to help states translate international humanitarian law obligations into national practice, the Advisory Service on International Humanitarian Law. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the Advisory Service. And during these 30 years, the ICRC has worked with many state organs around the world, parliaments, the judiciary, the armed forces, civil society organizations as well, and intergovernmental bodies to achieve these objectives. It has helped academic institutions to create programs specifically dedicated to the study of international humanitarian law. It has worked closely with National Red Cross and Red Crescent societies in their persistent efforts to raise awareness of international humanitarian law among the wider public and to pass it on to the next generation. Today, the Geneva Conventions are universally ratified and the additional protocols are getting near universal ratifications. Importantly, there have been numerous national laws and policies that incorporate IHL into the domestic systems. Courts and tribunals are increasingly called upon to apply this body of law. IHL courses in universities have proliferated. Not only has international humanitarian law evolved dramatically since the 1990s, it's also true to say that knowledge of it has significantly grown among the legal community, but also the wider public. And while we see the egregious violations of the rules of war in live stream every day, we must also recall that thanks to better knowledge and incorporation of IHL, there has been better application and respect of these rules in many instances and places. Violations that have been avoided, that we cannot see therefore. We must celebrate these achievements and build on them. Indeed, the work to anchor international humanitarian law profoundly in government systems and society is unfortunately not over, and our efforts must not waver. Today, international humanitarian law is facing serious challenges. Some states are turning away, withdrawing from treaties that have been proven to save countless lives, such as the Anti-Personnel Mine Ban Convention, others from the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Others still interpret international humanitarian law to justify the unjustifiable, turning it on its head with disastrous consequences for the civilian population. There's no silver bullet for better compliance with international humanitarian law. It requires political commitment at the highest level in the first place. And then it requires the everyday work to make it effective from the soldier on the ground to the courtroom.
The International Committee of the Red Cross.